Welcome to Speed Round Sunday on the Parenting Roundabout podcast, where we share a mini episode from our past for your weekend listening pleasure. We'll be back tomorrow with a brand new episode.
Let's assume we are good parents and our kids are in activities.
Well, but then you have all the people who say that your kids are overscheduled and you should take them out.
Oh, that's
activities.
Right. Yes.
I love those.
Okay. Well, aside from that, assuming our kids aren't overscheduled, that there's a nice balance between life and activity, and then they also have time for a nutritious meal with all the family sitting down.
We give a good hour a day to all the 35 or 40 things we need to be doing.
That's right.
That's great.
What are your kids up to lately, and what is bothering you about it? Catherine, I know that there's a backstory here.
It was inspired by you.
Yes, this was inspired by me. So this very weekend, my son has a lacrosse tournament. And as of, less than 48 hours before the games are supposed to start, we had not gotten any information about when his games were. This is a 3-day tournament. And there's going to be 3 games. Are they going to be Friday, Saturday, Sunday? Are they going to be 2 on Friday and 1 on Sunday? Are they going to be all on Saturday?
Oh, man.
We have no idea. No idea. And this is 2 days prior. Like, how are people supposed to live? I don't get it. And this has been a problem for this whole season. For hockey, it's a long season, but you generally know well in advance when the games are. Things sometimes change, but as a rule, once it's on the calendar, it's going to happen, and you know what time and that sort of thing. This, every weekend, they've had games pretty much every weekend, but they never tell us until the last minute what time the games are or whether they're on Saturday or Sunday. And it's just infuriating. A couple of weeks ago, my son's team had to forfeit their games because not enough kids were able to show up. Because people aren't willing to not make other plans when they have no idea when the games are going to be.
On what level is the bad planning occurring? Is it coaches not getting together to schedule things? Is it some overriding organization that's not doing their job, or what?
It seems to be the parent groups that are putting on each weekend. It's a tournament, so it's this team's turn to have a tournament. And maybe they don't know who's coming, so they can't plan the game. I don't know. I don't understand.
Well, parents should understand the stupidity of leaving it this late.
Yeah. I don't.
But see, you have all this unstructured time, so it's no problem, right?
Exactly. I have nothing else to do. So I am sitting on my hands.
Just enjoy some of that good therapeutic boredom.
I'm sitting on my hands from writing a sternly worded email to the organizer of the current thing.
Just write a nasty blog post and...
That's right. I mean, I have been checking this website hourly for days. Surely it's going to be there by now. Nope, not there.
That is ridiculous.
So anyway,
that would drive me crazy.
That's my rant. Do you have one? Do you have a rant of your own, Terry?
I like, planning is good. I don't really we don't have that much activities going on right at the moment because my kids are adults now. I wish they had activities. I wish they had more activities. My son does do Special Olympics, and he has a Challenger League baseball game that he does when he has time. But I do remember lots of things, when my daughter was younger and she was in the band, and there was always activities. We generally knew about them enough ahead of time, but, uniform pieces was a big thing. Take the care and feeding of the uniform, and the fact that was my job. It's always frustrating, and they changed uniforms halfway through to something that was much easier. But in the early days, it was this thing that she could really not put on by herself, because things threaded through other things, and then buttons, and then other things went on and snapped, and there was this, and it was like an hour before the football game. We had to start assembling her. And I also had to put her hair up, which I know are a master at, Catherine, but I was not.
I've been fired.
So there would be like 500 bobby pins deployed to try to put the hair up, and everything had to be, and it's, it was mostly me pushing her to be in band, so I'm happy to help. But it's like, I felt like I should have a job title as, the dresser.
Yeah,
right.
And you had to find just the right shoes, and you had to go 3 to 4 different stores to find just the right shoes. And if it was the wrong shoes, your kid was going to get in trouble. But it was my fault because I am the shoe finder. Mm-hmm. So all those things that parents have to take responsibility for kids to be in events, I will just complain about them as a blanket thing.
I agree.
How about you, Nicole? What's your gripe?
Well, as I'm listening to this, I'm just getting these texts from my daughter coming in. And so my gripe of the moment is because that's how things are.
Yeah.
When you have a teenage daughter.
Right.
It's what's happening at that very second.
You should send her to boarding school. You wouldn't have this problem.
There you go.
True. No, I probably would. She'd probably text me about something going
text
on
you
down
from
there. Well, she applied to, so there's this group at her high school, and it's an elite group of leaders, student leaders, who show the freshmen around at the beginning of the school year.
My daughter's school has that too.
Yeah.
She tried out, did not get it.
Well, same. So my daughter sent in her application and did everything that she was supposed to do, and all her friends did the same thing. Well, like, most of her group got in, except for her.
Aww.
And there was no reason as to why she didn't get in. There was no explanation. It was just a letter of rejection.
Ouch.
It's like me and debutantes in high school. Did you have debutantes in your high school?
No.
We had debutantes, and it was the same sort of thing, and all my friends got in, but not me.
Yeah. So
I've internalized the anger and rejection.
So she's sitting there. All her friends went to the Link Crew meeting at lunch, so she was on her own for lunch.
Oh,
and
man.
then, I know, right? Like, how elitist is this group? Or, I don't know. Anyway, it just drives me crazy. So she's texting me, and Mom, so-and-so got in, and so-and-so got in, and can you believe this?
Oh,
and
man.
why didn't I get in? And how come I didn't get in? And,
Aww.
I do so much around the school, and blah, 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 blah. So anyway, what do you do, right? Like, that's what really bugs me, is that there was no explanation, and there's no rhyme or reason.
Well, my mom would have gone down and just kicked their ass, but that was her. Sometimes it worked.
My mom would have too, or sometimes it works. Sometimes
it didn't work with debutantes, but it worked on some other stuff.
Most of the time, it didn't work because they were kicked off with my mom then too.
That's true.
Well, so it just really ticks me off that these random decisions are made that
that is awful.
Yeah, so that's kind of my gripe right now. But so she's devastated because, of course, she is not a part of this group. So
it's hard because, it's good to have those groups, and that's a fine thing to do. But people who work with young people need to understand, they must understand what this does to the kids who don't get it, especially the kids who are part of a clique and everybody else does and they don't. It's really hard sometimes not to feel like they're just kind of doing it on purpose to play with people.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you should have seen the letter she got. It was like, you didn't get in.
You were not special enough.
You're not special. Like, no.
Thank you for applying. We wish we could take more people. That kind of nothing like that.
There was like a few. There was a little bit of that, but it would have been nice to know why. Because you did not meet this criteria. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Right?
There is no why.
There's no why. I know, but
the why is we can only have so many kids, and
Yes.
You know, maybe the other one has been in somebody's class, or they know them, or they know their parents, or their older brother or something.
We thought she would be a shoo-in because the lady who runs the program, she was in her class last year and really liked her. So I don't know, was it a first come, first serve with the applications? I don't know.
Yeah,
it's hard to say.
That should not be.
But
That's
anyway.
awful.
Yeah, so that's what's bugging me right now about my kids' activities. My daughter didn't get in.
that would bug me a lot. That's the sort of thing that would have my mom on the couch with the washcloth over her eyes in agony over my rejection.
Yeah, trust me, I'm feeling it. Like, I'm sad. You want to come home? Cater to our kids.
Yeah, she'll bounce back from it faster than you will, probably.
Oh, yeah.
You're always going to hold that grudge.
Yeah,
that's right.
She always does. She'll come
Whereas
home after
I've
school.
completely forgotten the thing I didn't get into in high school.
What was it again? Wait, I can't remember.
They had a dance and they got to wear nice dresses and everybody paid lots of attention to them, but I'm completely over it. It's silly. It's silly.
Yeah, this isn't that fancy. They wear yellow t-shirts.
Yeah.
But still, they get to hang out together all afternoon in this class and do fun activities in the gym and bond. And of course that involves all of the boys that these girls are interested in too. So
that doesn't sound offhand like the kind of thing that should have a number limit on it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
But you can't have like one for every freshman.
Right. Yeah, I think there's every at the beginning of the school year, the first couple days it's the day before school starts, where they the freshmen attend, and then they're separated into groups, and then there's 2 or 3 link crew leaders per group, and then they are toured around the school. And I mean, the actual job itself doesn't sound very exciting.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that you get to hang out with your friends and be part
and that
of
some people are chosen and some people are not.
Yeah. So anyway.
Oh man,
that's my gripe.
Well,
that's what's
bumming us
bothering
out.
me.